You've organised a galley layout for this kitchen. Why did you choose that particular layout, and how have you organised the various zones within it?
Well, Paul, the architectural space in which the kitchen fits in, it's quite a long space. The original design was a little bit more compact, traditional in its shape. So we made that decision to sort of create length. Previously, with a more compact design, you tend to work on top of one another. The kitchen itself now, given its elongated shape, allows multiple people to be cooking, cleaning, prepping simultaneously, which is important when it comes to Adrian's background being Southern European descent. It is a part of our culture to cook.
The kitchen also gives a focal point within the living spaces there. How have you merged the kitchen into the wider interior?
Well, the wider interior reflects a more modern, contemporary feel, in the sense there's a lot of cantilevering elements. The obvious aspects of the kitchen is the floating elements, the raised base, the floating bench top. As you can see within the wider shot of the room, it's definitely complementing floating ceilings, floating furniture items. So there is how we've sort of made it sit in that space a little bit more sort of comfortable. And the kitchen itself sort of need to be a continuum of what's happening in the entry of the house, just so that you don't end up with the front of the house looking completely different to the back of the house. It just gives you some nice consistency, some nice flow, and just makes the whole environment feel a lot more comfortable.
So the materials that you've used there play a big part. So what have you used?
Well, we've used a natural limestone on the floor, and obviously the floor is the first place to start because it's the most important finish in a house. And so we've got it on the floor, we've got it on the upstand. The very top of the island bench top is the Jura Grey limestone. The rear kitchen where the ovens are, and the splashback for the hot plate. Then obviously we've got the veneer finish. It's a custom stain, it's an engineered veneer that we've gone through and eye matched to particular tile elements and timber elements throughout the house. You can see that there's a feature stone on one of the back walls in that living space. The floating prep appliance covered bench top is actually the same stone in a slab form. And then obviously the really dominating feature would be the gloss lacquer in the darker finish. It's a bronze, which was there to pick up the brown blacks within that feature stone, and that has also been reflected in the darker ceiling.
There's also a very natural progression from the interior to the exterior, which includes an outdoor kitchen. Just tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we wanted to keep this synergy between the flow and the finish. One thing with this house is that feature stone, the black travertine, runs from the entry on the left-hand side of the house to the living area left-hand side of the house and throughout to the alfresco, and that helps us create some length. So the idea was behind this outdoor living space and cooking area was really just to obviously give us that functional space, but we didn't want to overpower what's happening on the inside. The sliding doors open up to create one continuous space, so it's really important that we do have that balance of finish, just so everything feels right, everything's comfortable. So what we've done, we've tried to create an effect where this fresco cabinet, it feels as though it's a part of that black travertine. The finish that relates it to the inside really is the veneer, and the floor in the limestone continues underneath. So the whole concept was there to complement what we're doing throughout the kitchen, living, dining, alfresco spaces. So one can walk through this space and have it feel as it's just one big area.